not typically scared of the dark, but when I am, it's because I've seen something on TikTok.
Without a doubt, because if they weren't, the department manager and HR would be talking to us about it, but they're not. So this is where we're at, people. We gotta do the research. So if you haven't searched up here in the search bar, Dior bags or Dior talk, you've got to do it. And then it's going to lead you to some other things that you need to look into. It doesn't always mean bad. It just means educate yourself.
Okay, so I have not done that in the search bar yet. Can somebody please inform me about the Dior bags?
The number I want to talk about is 6174, and it doesn't seem to have anything which is unusual about it. So I asked you to choose one at random, and you said 9218 is your starting point. Now the first thing you do with this is to put that in the order, the largest number first, then the next largest number, then the next largest number, and then the smallest. And then the other way around, 1289. I've rearranged these digits in the order, highest to lowest, lowest to highest. And then what you do is take this away from that. And when you do that, you get 2, and then you carry 1, 9, and I get 8532. Now this is the new number that you put into this machine. You arrange that in order with the highest to lowest, which it turns out to be right straight away, and then the other way round, 2358. And you take one away from the other. And
what is he doing? It's too many numbers for me. What is he doing?
There we are, 6174. So you've been really kind to me, because I've only had to go through this iteration twice and I get to the number. Well, if I got to this number and I do it again, I would have, let me see, 7641. I've got to get this right. And then 1467. And I take this away from that and I get back to 6174. And if I were to do that again, I would get this and then that and that, and it would go on forever. The whole thing with this procedure always converges, always ends up with this number, and when it's got to this number, it's stuck in a perpetual loop that will always bring you this number.
What is that?
What is that? Yeah.
Tell me what the hell I just caught on camera. I'm editing my vlog, and there's footage of me taking off in the sky. I love flying. I travel a lot. That's what my vlogs are about.
Okay.
And this is in 4K. Look at this. Okay, I just want you to watch. Watch somewhere here. Look at that. What is that? I'm sorry, I had to put you in the wrong direction, but it's like tripping me out.
Huh.
What the hell is that?
Drones?
As a matter of fact, let's pull up the raw footage right here. It should be in this folder.
Isn't that the same video?
What the hell is that?
What is that?
Raw footage.
Let's see it again.
And before you say it's a glare, I just went through all of my footage and I have 17 different full clips. And that is the only clip, the only moment that it does that, the only time that it does that, taking off and landing.
Could be aliens.
There's no glare
Never
anywhere else. Even here, this is a couple minutes later, and this that you see is me, but...
Wait a minute, you guys. Did you see the wine bottle in the back? That's what it is. Just saying.
There's no glare anywhere else.
Holding that branch on there, but it's kind of weird. Strange stuff.
This is happening in the Netherlands also.
Crazy. It's crazy.
But with birds.
Floating branch.
I found the air tag that my boss put on my car. And I'm in front of her house right now. And we're going to go knock on the door.
I know, that's right.
What the hell is going on?
What? So I want to know what's going on.
Let's do this. Freaking ridiculous.
What is this crap?
I'm going to turn you guys around.
I'm paranoid now.
This house is disgusting.
I need to go look under my car. I don't have a boss, but still.
Ew. She got like cobwebs in her house.
Okay.
Disgusting.
Why is that important?
Ready? Here we go.
Yeah, I'm ready. Girl.
What, man? Is Amanda home? Is Amanda home? Hello?
You at the wrong house, lady.
No, I'm not.
Wrong house.
I'm not at the wrong house. I've been here before. Is Amanda home or not?
Then just call the police.
Okay, I'm just
Call
gonna.
the police.
You know what? The door's unlocked. Weird. No, it's
Move
not.
along. Wrong house, lady.
It's not the wrong house.
Wait a minute. Somebody needs to call the cops.
This is not the wrong house.
Move along.
All right, listen.
No solicitors.
Oh my God.
Hey guys, so yeah,
I want to know what happened. Like that's a little bit ridiculous. I don't know.
I said I was going to do a video on this, and I'm not going to let this slide with this woman.
Okay.
Because it's unacceptable, and she's directly responsible for spewing misinformation on the UAP issue, which is, I'm not going to have that, not on my watch. She's going to be held to account for publishing something like this, because people will believe her, because obviously she's a credible journalist, so people are going to believe what she's saying, and we have to push and combat that, which is why we have freedom of speech on social media, which I think is a great thing. But Elena Gordon Smith, who is a journalist for The Guardian, has written a piece on, effectively, how to dissuade your friends from talking about the UAP phenomenon despite growing interest from the general public. No doubt that's because of the hearings and all the other things that have taken place over the past couple of years. David Grush, Commander Fravor, Ryan Graves, Michael Gold, Michael Schellenberger, Rear Admiral Tim Gallaudet, Lou Elizondo. Shall I continue? I mean, so basically this woman is cacking on these people from a height, effectively saying, you're all full of shit, this isn't real. No, I don't think so. Eleanor, no. So this is the opening paragraph here in bold. My friend has started sending me lots of links and articles on UAP, unidentified anomalous phenomenon, also known as UFOs. I've tried gently to assert that I don't find the sources reliable or credible, and that I do not believe respectable news outlets are conspiring to conceal the truth, but they still persist. Should I ask them to stop? I think these conspiracy theories are really harmful. She then goes on to basically effectively teach an individual, a recipient of this information, how to basically laugh it off as if it's just some sort of joke, and try and change the subject matter and give that, that kind of sort of, what's the word I'm looking for? The glazed look, the glazed eyes, like not buying any of this. That's basically what she's teaching these people how to do. Eleanor, no, Shinra Amendment, do your research. I've sent you an email right here.
Uh-oh.
Take a read of that, guys, because I'm not holding anything back, and I've given her all the links to where to look for to do a proper job, because these are, again,
And do you think that she actually read that, buddy? Sorry.
investigative journalists. So she should be investigating properly based on her non-biased approach to these things. But based on reading this article, I would say otherwise. We can't have this. We can't have people like this pushing stuff out like this, because it simply isn't true. So my message, as I've always said on my lives and on these TikTok videos, especially to investigative journalists, you are responsible for providing fact-driven, non-biased coverage. Your personal opinions do not matter here. Okay, this is a real issue that needs to be dealt with. Okay, and we expect you guys, because we rely upon you to give us the correct information, not spewing out crap like this. Okay, so Eleanor, sort your ducks out, because they're not in a row right now. I don't know what kind of alignment you've got them in, but they're not in the right situation at all. So yeah, you heard it first here from DK. I'll see you guys on the next one. Thank you.
Somebody give him an award. Just wash the dishes. Again.
Y'all, if the top of the pot starts spinning, what that mean? Like what I'm supposed to do at this point? What? No. Fuck. Am I tripping?
I've been drinking this for a while, and it's like not that full anymore. And I was like, why is all of this still showing? What is happening?
That must be heavy. And then what? It snows again? Okay.
It's gone.
Glad I could help. Hey friend, so are we only a few days away from one of the biggest UFO disclosures in the history of humanity? Well, according to Steven Greer, yes. I've had tons of people ask me my opinion on Steven Greer and this upcoming disclosure. So, this is my thoughts on it. What he is saying, and he's very confident in this, and he goes back decades. He's been working on this for a very long time, and he's very confident with these dates, saying that before the inauguration, which is in 8 days, about a week, that this coalition of whistleblowers is coming together. They've been working with them for like 2 years, drafting up all the stuff, gathering all the evidence, and organizing themselves, because what they're going to tell the world is going to shock everybody. And it's going to put their lives at risk, because a lot of them are breaking NDAs. They are going to be talking about classified information. There's all sorts of things these guys are supposedly going to be doing that is very, very risky, would land them in jail for life or worse. So what they're doing is this sort of shock and awe campaign where they're all coming together and they're going to release just a treasure trove of evidence, and they're going to do it unmasked, meaning they're going to do it with their real names and identities and faces, and they're going to do it together. And they're doing it with this kind of organized process through Steven Greer, where he is releasing it to all the biggest influencers in the world, all the biggest media outlets in the world, and all the governments at the same time. So it's kind of like, squeezing all the toothpaste out of a tube and trying to put it back in. You can't do it. So at this point, all the toothpaste would be like jumping on a tube of toothpaste, and just all the paste comes out, and then the governments are all just like, well, shit. Like, what do we do now? So they're taking this seriously, and he says that these guys all work at like what are called black sites, which means they're like the top secret, sites around the world. They work in these underground bases, that they all work on sensitive material, that they all have first-hand knowledge of extraterrestrials, alien craft, the fact that we have exotic technologies and free energy and all this stuff, right? So this is what he's been saying. He's been making the media rounds, going on all the podcasts and going on talk shows and news and talking about this, and he's very confident. So, is it going to happen? Well, my spidey senses tell me it just might, because the fact that he's putting out this short timeline, he's not saying, within the next year, because a lot of UFO whistleblower people will be like, coming this year or next year in 2027. They put out these dates and they know people will forget about it by then. Or they can't be held directly responsible, because they can say, a lot changed in the last 2 years. Steven Greer is saying this week, next week, okay? Very specific, and he cares about his credibility. He uses his credibility as leverage to do the things that he does. So I don't think he would just throw that out there if he didn't really believe it. And also, I think that these whistleblowers are taking advantage of the fact that this Trump organization seems to be hell-bent on truth, transparency, out with the old guard, in with the new, and leading us into this age of prosperity, this golden age that Trump keeps talking about. Well, what is the best way to usher in the golden age? How about free energy? How about something that instantly transforms our entire civilization, every civilization on the planet? It would transform our trajectory of humanity. It would put us in a state where now all of a sudden we can start reversing the harm we've done to the planet. We can reduce pollution. We can bring electricity and fuel to nations that don't have it. We can, do all sorts of amazing things essentially overnight, because according to Steven Greer, these technologies exist. We have them. The governments have already reverse engineered them.
And do you think that that people in America or other countries actually really would like to do that? No, because then they would lose control. I'm just saying.
They use them. They just don't tell the public because it would out their whole program. Then they would have to say where they got this stuff from, right? And according to Greer, they get it from downed, crashed, UAP, which are extraterrestrial craft. Whether these craft are given to us for this purpose, to give these technologies to humanity, or whether we are downing them with like EMPs, I'm not sure. Now, I don't agree with everything Steven Greer says. He is a little overly optimistic, if you ask me. He says that basically he talks in absolutes. So he'll say, all the things we're seeing in the sky, the drones and stuff, that's all man-made. That's it. All of it. Even the orbs are all man-made.
And it's like, okay, I don't believe that. You know, some of the stuff is exotic, you know, because some of the stuff's been going on since before, you know, for hundreds of years, for thousands of years. Okay, I've seen these things in person, and I get an organic vibe from it sometimes. Now some of it is man-made. I guarantee you we have, you know, UFO that are mistaken for extraterrestrial that are man-made. I know that's the case. So it's a mixture. So I don't get why he always says absolutes like that. And he also says all ETs are benevolent. They're all nice and they all want good for humanity. I don't buy that either. I mean, I don't think the universe works in absolutes. I think that there's a duality to nature, and that there's not necessarily good and bad, but there's negative and positive. And
I like
sometimes
this guy.
beings, especially intelligent beings, will do something to you, not because they're evil, but because you're just caught in the crossfire. For example, if a human developer wanted to build apartments here and they came in and they tore down all these forests like they do all the time, well, we would be seen as evil to the deer and the bears and the fox and everything in this forest. Well, are those developers evil, you know, inherently? No, they're just doing their job. But to all the woodland creatures out here, they're evil. So I don't get this thing where he says humans are bad and ETs are good. You know, I don't think it's that cut and dry. But I do agree with a lot of what he says. And when it comes to the whole disclosure thing coming up, this week is going to be crazy. I mean, I don't know what to expect. I mean, we have the inauguration coming up. I don't know if somebody's going to do something to try to stop it. I don't know if these whistleblowers are going to come out and capitalize on this. If that's the case, we're talking about the biggest disclosure in the history of the world. They're talking about people coming out and proving, not just saying it, but proving is what he's saying, is that they're going to prove we're not alone in the universe, that ETs are visiting us, that we have relationships and programs with them, and that we have their technology. Oh my God. Can this year get any more bananas? So, I'm not saying it's going to happen.
I mean,
I'm saying there's a decent chance it's going to happen because of the confidence Greer is exerting behind this, and he doesn't typically do that. He's a confident guy for sure, but I've never heard him put a timeline like this on something, especially something this big. So it's going to be a wild week, guys. Buckle up and let me know what you guys think about this. Have a beautiful day. Peace.
Look at this. Oh, perfect. Oh my God.
Guess where this is, you guys? Rotterdam.
Isn't it great? Chris! I know, it's my...
Can somebody tell me what this lady is sprinkling at my gate?
You definitely need to get some protection.
I know there's a lot of you guys asking me about my dreams, and
not exactly.
A really important one for you guys. I never said this one yet, but I'm going to tell you right now. People want to know about that.
Get to the point.
3 nights of darkness. That time's coming. It's coming really fast. And one of the things I remember our creator saying was, there's 3 days of darkness that you're going to hear things. You need to go, he said you need to go in your house, like you got to go in your household. Lock your doors. Close all your windows when this 3 days of darkness comes. And he said that he would send an angel to each person's house to watch over that house. The only light that's going to be in your house is that candle. He said you don't want to look outside because you're going to see things that you don't want to see. One of the big ones he said is don't be confused. Trust in him. Don't be confused. He said these things are going to pretend to be your family members knocking at your door, crying to try to get in. He says not to let them in. He goes, the people that will be knocking at your door won't be your family members. He said they'll be demons. And that's something a lot of you need to think about. It's going to be a tough one. Because anybody would open the door for a family member. But he was saying that you got to watch this. He said that it won't be a family member. He said it'll be demons pretending to be your family members to try to get into your home. That's going to happen on this 3 days of darkness.
And when is this supposed to be happening?
These things are going to come out. The evil's going to come out. And he said that not to worry about any of that. Just to pray to him, to think of him. And he was going to come visit everybody in their home. He said you'll know when it's him, because he'll just appear in your home. But he said that he would have angels watching each and everybody's home, guarding their homes. But this evil was gonna, he said this evil's gonna come out and it's gonna go around when this 3 days of darkness comes. I really do hope that a lot of you really, you know, see deep in yourself, to have a good heart, a strong mind, because you're going to need it. These tough times are here. You're seeing it already. They're all warnings. All these things that are happening are warnings. But I really hope that a lot of you are paying attention. And it's weird because he said even the non-believers, he said the non-believers that he is still going to come. Even though they're non-believers, he'll still come and show himself so they believe that he exists.
And so then are they forgiven then?
But that time's coming. I really hope that a lot of you do believe in a higher power.
You should.
Treat everybody good around you. Take care of one another and have a strong mind, strong heart to know what's bad and what's good. But these times are coming. I just thought I'd share that with you guys. That's the 3 days of darkness. Heard a lot of people asking me about it, for me to tell about it. So there it is. That time's coming, you guys, and be ready for it. And be strong for one another. Love one another. If you have any type of hate inside of your heart, let it go. You don't need it. You got to carry that love. Spread that love. You guys have yourselves a nice evening. Stay blessed. Take care of one another.
He was pretty deep with his dream. If you like this video, please let me know in the comments below, and I will see you in the next one.